Huh? Subnautica? People say it's a scary game. I beg to differ. See, it's not that bad. I'm just collecting scrap metal and eating alien fish. I need more titanium. It's probably a lot near the crashed ship. Let's go there. Wow, it's bigger than I thought. Alright. What's that? Oh, fuck. What?
Detecting multiple Leviathan class life forms in the region. Are you certain whatever you're doing is worth it?
Nothing. Darkness. Just an empty void. I'm certain everyone has had the thought of what lies beyond what we know about something, like what hides from us in the vacuum of outer space. When is the Far Cry series finally gonna get good again?
Did I ever tell you what the definition of insanity is? Insanity.
Or even what resides beneath our ocean. I'm sure you've heard that we've supposedly only discovered 5% of our ocean. That will lead 95% of the people's imagination to fill in the void. Usually bearing themes of horror or danger. Think the Umibozu from Japanese folklore, Cthulhu from the books of H.P. Lovecraft,
I'm making meats now.
Criain Croin from the Scottish legend, and the Kraken and Jormungandr from Norse mythology. But why am I telling you this? Because the game we're talking about today fills in the void of the 95% perfectly. Subnautica, launched in 2014 by Unknown Worlds as early access, and with a new DLC pending, is a survival game in question. You see, this is in fact a story-driven survival game with huge horror elements to go with it. In the game, you're stranded on an alien planet and now must survive as best you can by scavenging resources and building bases, and at the same time discover the story of who or what was there before you, whilst going through spine-chilling moments along the way. So let's jump in, getting our feet wet into unknown waters, into inevitable jump scares, and above all, fantastic Let's Play material. Let's review Subnautica. The game starts with the intergalactic ship named the Aurora, and I quote, suffering devastating hull damage caused by an unknown energy pulse resonating from the planet. Those are fancy science words for we're about to crash. You escape by using a life pod, however not unscathed. Wake up, panic, pick up, and extinguish the fire. Good job, you're now safe. Relatively. You can now exit the pod and witness what's left of your ship, and that everything around you is water. Well, I'm sure it's not acid, so let's jump in. Thankfully, you landed in the shallows, meaning that gathering resources should be a breeze. What? No! 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 Okay, at least you have plenty of fish to eat and to fabricate into water. And here's a reason why I like this game. You could, in theory, just survive in your pod and eat and drink fish for the rest of your life. But your own curiosity pushes you further into exploring. Plus, not exploring an alien planet is cringe, and you pay $25 for this game, so you need to get your money's worth. So let's say you find enough materials to make a scanner, a knife, and a repair tool to fix the life pod and the emergency radio.
Land pre-recorded distress call.
Hello? Hello? I wanted to record a message for you.
But the scanner, keep in mind, is the most important tool in the game, because it scans fragments that flew in every direction after the Aurora crashed. These fragments are what's left of the equipment that the ship had in its cargo bay. Scanning enough fragments gives you the blueprint for building useful equipment and or structures. For example, the Sea Glide, a handheld motor that lets you swim much faster than before, or the Mobile Vehicle Bay, which lets you make submarines to take you deeper down. One of said submarines is the Sea Moth, the first fragment of a vehicle you'll find. It's not the best, but it's cheap, and it takes you 200 meters down without dying, so it'll do. The radio on the escape pod is receiving signals from other life pods along with the coordinates to where they are.
Receiving pre-recorded distress call. Laying back.
This is Life Pod 3, uploading our coordinates. We're plugging some holes in our emergency sea glide, so if we're late for the rendezvous, don't panic. Also, don't go home without us. Seriously. 3 hours.
I'm sorry, little one.
Going to one of them, you'll find that they're dead. They're dead. But what could have possibly killed them?
Welcome to Best Trends.
Today we're gonna be going over 5 Fortnite YouTubers who've sworn.
Here's a tip, by the way. If you're stuck and you're not making progress,
Why are we still here?
go to a crashed pod, because the pods aren't put random places around the map. They're put in very specific locations to push you towards progress. The first life pods are close to you, but never in the safe shallows. This means that you'll go to unmarked territory to find the loot and new blueprints. It doesn't sound like much, but it pushes you towards where you need to go. Eventually, the coordinates lead you hundreds of meters down, but the life pods are placed next to the entrance of a new biome that you have to know about to be able to progress. For example, the messages on the radio start referring to a rendezvous point for the survivors to meet up. However, only high priority on the ship knows the location. One of the pods, 300 meters down, have coordinates for the rendezvous point. South of the crash site is supposedly dry land. Going to the south, you'll find it. Yep, it's an island, but not a normal one. It's a floating island being held up by these giant pink balls called floaters. This game sucks at naming things. Here you'll find a habitat built by some people that were here before you, known as the Degassi. They have some nice habitat parts and cultivated plants that you can now scan and use for yourself. In one of the bases, you'll find a weird purple tablet with unknown writing.
Yeah, indeed.
Meanwhile, the Aurora's drive core is having an aneurysm and explodes, causing radiation to leak into the ocean. If you decide to push the Seamoth to its limits, you'll find the Mushroom Forests. This place is a gold mine with fragments. The Modification Station, a workbench to upgrade already existing tools. Moon Pool, a buildable room in your base to dock and charge your Seamoth. Vehicle Upgrade Console, place it in your Moon Pool to create upgrades for your Seamoth such as deeper diving depths. And then there's the Vehicle of the Gods, the Cyclops. You need to scan 9 fragments to unlock this blueprint, and it's costly as hell, but by God, is it beautiful. This thing has also upgrades of its own, which is dope. In the Mushroom Forest, there's also the first instance of extraterrestrial life on the planet. There are underwater vents sucking fish and spitting them back with a weird substance on them.
Oh no!
Now we're making progress. New materials, new tools, new components, better base. Modification station, upgrade new tools. Vehicle upgrade console, upgrade your Seamoth so you can go even deeper. Creepy message from an undetected sapient lifeform on this planet?
Playing partially translated broadcast.
9 new biological subjects designated. Mode. Hunting. Analyzing. Sharing subject locations with other agents.
Aurora, we're approaching the planet now. We have a landing site for you that's... well, it's better than the alternatives. We've sent you the coordinates. It'll take us a couple of days to align our orbit. We should be able to establish direct contact with you during that time. Then we're coming in to get you. Cross your fingers, the weather holds. And don't leave us waiting. Sunbeam out.
Oh damn, finally. I'd spent enough time on this planet. The coordinates lead to another island that doesn't float. Alright. Well, with a... Well, I can't say I didn't expect this from an alien planet. The architecture is the same as the vents we saw earlier, so it's safe to say the planet's precursors had something big going on. It seems the force field deactivates when inserting the purple tablet you found on the floating island. Okay, this is interesting, but why would the superior species on this planet build this? Well, surprise! This facility harbors a super weapon that destroys any ship getting too close to the planet. The reason why we crashed, and it's still operating after the species' extinction. Scattered around the facility are ion cubes, which are pretty much tiny nuclear reactors in crystal form. If you go down to where the control room is located, you find a luxury swimming pool for the entire family. Questionable and unsafe architecture. More tiny radioactive cubes and a fucking doomsday device? Phew, that was close. The Sunbeam could have actually gotten destroyed.
The control panel is broadcasting a message. Translation reads, "Warning, infected individuals may not disable the weapon. This planet is under quarantine."
Yeah, this planet had an outbreak of a deadly disease, so the super weapon was built so spaceships wouldn't spread it to other planets. Therefore, we are unable but to watch as our only escape gets blown to bits. You know, this planet is scary, dangerous, terrifying, but it doesn't deserve to die like this. It's up to us to fix its problems, starting with the most immediate one. Radiation suit, food, water, medkits, tools, Seamoth, and let's leave. The front of the Aurora is the only place fragmented enough to enter, but this is when I tell you to be careful, because this is the home of the Reaper Leviathan. This is the first giant threat you'll meet on this planet. You can grab your vehicle you're in by using its 4 mandibles to latch on and 2-shot your Seamoth. You do not want to mess with this thing. They do scream a lot because according to the game they're blind and they use echolocation to move around. So if you hear its roar, pray. Enter the Aurora and dispose of the head crabs. The ship has codes to unlock different rooms. One of the rooms being the captain's quarters, where you'll find the blueprint for the Neptune rocket. Find and scan the prawn suit fragments as well. It's pretty much just an epic exosuit to walk along the sea floor. Find the Aurora's drive core and weld it back together.
Drive core breach sealed. Radiation levels decreasing.